Welcome aboard, friends. If you love smooth sailings, quiet sunsets, and a final bill that does not bite, you are in the right place. Today we are talking about the small choices that make a big difference at sea. No scare tactics, just practical wisdom with a friendly nudge. Stick around and you will feel more confident, spend less, and sidestep the kind of drama that turns vacation stories into apologies. Ready to cruise like a seasoned pro? Let's cast off. Thinking the minibar is included. Quick question. See that cute little fridge in your cabin and those snacks on the shelf? Do you think they are part of your cruise fare or your drink package? Most of the time, they are not. Minibars usually live in a separate world of pricing, and it is the expensive one. A soda that costs about $3 at a bar can be more than double when you pull it from the cabin fridge. That is how people end up with surprise charges on the final bill, $50, $100, sometimes more, all from a few quick grabs. Why do cruise lines stock it so neatly at eye level? Because temptation sells. Minibars can bring in tens of thousands of dollars per sailing. The smart move is simple. Get your drinks at the bars where your package actually covers them. Bring allowed snacks from home or pick some up in port. And if you really truly need something from the minibar, check the price list in the cabin first. 2 seconds now prevents sticker shock later. Want an easy script to remember? Bar for beverages, cabin for naps. If you crave a cold soda in the room, grab one from a bar on the way up. Need a late-night nibble? Keep a small stash of permitted snacks in your bag. The minibar is a convenience, not a bargain. Treat it like a hotel gift shop. Fun to look at, pricey to swipe. Your future self will thank you when the final bill is boring in the best possible way, leaving kids alone in the cabin. It sounds harmless, right? Let the kids watch a movie while you grab dinner or pop into the casino. What could go wrong? On a ship, quite a bit. Most cruise lines spell it out in the contract. Children under 12 are never allowed alone in a cabin or wandering without supervision. For ages 13 to 17, only short periods with frequent check-ins by an adult. There is a reason for that. Unattended kids are a leading cause of cabin emergencies. Curious hands can open a balcony door, or little explorers can sample the minibar. Imagine a small child reaching alcohol or medications. Not good. Security teams take this seriously. Some lines report that a majority of cabin-related security calls involve kids left alone. Other guests may also report what they see. If the crew finds repeated violations, the consequence can be severe. Your family can be asked to disembark at the next port with no refund for breaking child safety rules. So what is the better plan? Use the supervised kids clubs. They are designed for this, and kids usually love them. Many ships also offer babysitting by the hour, typically around $15 to $20. Team up with your travel partner or family. One adult enjoys the show while another checks in, then swap. A cabin is not a daycare without an adult present. Follow the supervision rules and your vacation stays fun, safe, and drama-free. Mixing up local time and ship time. What time is it, really? On a cruise that crosses time zones, that simple question can make the difference between a smooth sail away and a very expensive night in a hotel. Many ships keep ship time instead of changing to every port's local clock, and they announce it, but not everyone pays attention. Meanwhile, your phone loves to auto-update to local time. See the trap. If the ship departs at 5 p.m. ship time and your phone quietly rolled back an hour, you might think you are early when you are actually late. Here is the smart routine. Treat ship time as the law of the sea. Check the daily planner or the cruise line's app every morning to see whether clocks change or stay put. If the captain says, "Set clocks back 1 hour tonight," do it. Better yet, set a watch or your phone manually to ship time and leave it there for the whole voyage. Heading ashore with independent plans, confirm your return using ship time, not local time, and build in a cushion for traffic, tender lines, and surprises. Still unsure? Ask a crew member before you step off the gangway, then set an alarm for at least 1 hour before all aboard and start heading back when it rings. Do you want to be the calm traveler waving its sail away, or the dot in the distance sprinting down the pier? A tiny time check now saves a whole lot of stress later. Booking your own tours without checking safety. Saving money by arranging your own port adventures sounds great, right? It can be, if you vet the operator. The risk is grabbing the cheapest offer from an informal vendor who is not licensed, does not maintain gear, or does not carry insurance. In some Caribbean spots, you will see cut-rate jet ski rides or parasailing from outfits that do not meet standards. Overloaded boats and worn life vests are real hazards. If something goes wrong, those pop-up businesses may vanish, and there is no medical coverage to lean on. There is also the punctuality problem. If an independent tour runs late because of a flat tire or bad traffic, the ship does not wait. Cruise line excursions often cost more, but they meet set safety standards, and the ship will not sail off without guests on its own delayed tours. Do it safely. Research forums and travel sites for well-reviewed operators. Look for visible licenses and proof of insurance. Make sure they speak your language so you can understand instructions and changes. Confirm the exact return time and ship time, then add a buffer. For adventure activities, ask about safety protocols. Do they provide life jackets? Do they give a safety briefing and have you sign a waiver? Operators who skip basics are waving a red flag. Ask yourself this: is a small savings worth a big risk? Choose wisely and your day in port will be all smiles instead of scrambling. Not telling the cruise line about special diets or medical needs. If the ship does not know what you need, how can they prepare for you? Boarding with a severe food allergy, mobility challenge, or other special requirement without telling the line ahead of time is asking for stress you do not need. Kitchens can accommodate celiac diets or nut allergies, but they need notice, ideally weeks in advance, so they can stock safe options and reduce cross-contamination risk. Same idea for mobility. Accessible cabins in embarkation help exist, but they are limited. If you do not reserve an accessible stateroom early, you could end up in a standard room where even the bathroom is a struggle. Here is one real example. A family did not disclose their child's serious peanut allergy. On night 1, a dessert with traces triggered a reaction. The chef then bent over backward to prepare separate meals, but the scare was real. Medical gear matters too. If you need dialysis arrangements, supplemental oxygen, insulin storage, or a hospital bed, there are specific procedures and approvals. Skip the advance notice, and you can be denied boarding because the ship is not set up for you on short notice. So, what is the plan? At booking, submit the line's dietary and medical forms. These usually cover low sodium, gluten-free, lactose-free, kosher, halal, medication storage, and more. Reconfirm at embarkation with the restaurant manager so the team flags your reservation. Pack a few safe snacks for port days if you have severe allergies. Using a wheelchair, ask about port accessibility and tenders before you plan your excursions, since not all tender boats are accessible. Tell them early, remind them kindly, and sail easy. Your future self will thank you. Locking your balcony door, cozy breeze, or costly surprise. Leaving the balcony door cracked to hear the ocean sounds dreamy, right? Before you drift off, think about what else can come with that breeze. First, personal security. At sea, it is nearly impossible for anyone to climb in, but in port, there can be maintenance boats or crew working nearby. A locked balcony door protects your privacy and prevents an accidental open. Second, weather. If the wind kicks up overnight, spray can reach your balcony, and with an open door, salt water can creep onto your carpet and electronics. Not the wake-up call you want. There is also the ship's climate system to consider. An open door fights the air conditioning and can cause heavy condensation. Wet floors turn into slip zones. Some ships even trigger door ajar alarms if the hallway door opens while the balcony is open, thanks to sudden pressure changes. Do you really want to explain the midnight beeping chorus to your neighbors? When you leave the cabin, lock the main door. At night, slide the balcony latch firmly. Many doors have an extra safety lever. Use it. Love fresh air? Nudge the curtain open and crack the door a sliver only when conditions are calm and never during storms. On rare overnight port stays, keep doors fully secured. And yes, wildlife happens. Birds have been known to wander into open cabins looking for snacks. One small habit gives you peace of mind. Close and latch the doors, sleep better, and enjoy that ocean soundtrack from a safe, dry distance. Sun smart at sea. Soak up the fun, not the burn. Sun, pool, beach. That is the dream combo, until the tropical sun turns your perfect day into aloe vera and room service. People from cooler climates often arrive ready to bronze and spend hours on deck without sunscreen, or they nap in full sun. Result? Painful burns, even second-degree blisters, and the rest of the cruise is a lot less fun. Remember, the sea breeze makes you feel cooler while UV keeps working, and sunlight reflecting off the water amplifies exposure. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke are very real, with symptoms like fever, nausea, confusion, and fainting. The long game is serious too. Repeated burns raise skin cancer risk. Here is one quick example. A traveler from Northern Europe spent day 1 at the pool with no protection and ended up needing medical care, missing multiple ports. Why roll those dice? Use a high SPF sunscreen and reapply every 2 hours more often if you swim. Wear a wide brim hat and real sunglasses. Hydrate with water all day. Alcohol dehydrates, so alternate cocktails with water. If you're not used to the intense sun, build up gradually. Try shorter sessions and seek shade between dips. On deck, the wind can fool you, so set a timer to reapply and cool off. Do you travel with kids? Their skin is more delicate. Put them in UV protective swim shirts and limit direct exposure. Ask yourself this: do you want a golden glow or a lobster audition? Respect the sun and you will enjoy every port, every pool day, and every sunset without a detour to the medical center. If this video helped you chart smoother waters, hit like and subscribe. We've got plenty more cruise hacks coming your way. Pushing your limits on excursions. Vacation excitement can make us forget our limits. Signing up for a strenuous tour when you are not quite ready can turn a great day into a risky one. Cruise lines label their excursions for a reason: easy, moderate, intense. Ignore those guides and you might be facing uneven terrain in the heat, long stair climbs, or open water with currents. I have seen guests with mobility challenges try 3-kilometer walks in strong sun, only to end up lightheaded or needing help to get back. One example sticks with me. A passenger with a heart condition skipped medical advice and joined a Mayan ruins tour that involved steep stairs, had a serious scare, and needed urgent assistance in the middle of the jungle. That is not the memory you want. Be honest with yourself when you book. If a tour says not recommended for back or hip issues and you have them, pick the panoramic bus instead of the strenuous hike. No one will judge you. These options exist so everyone can still enjoy the destination comfortably. Traveling with small kids or older family members? Factor in heat, long lines, and the ship's overall pace. If you plan to rent a scooter or ATV in port, ask yourself one thing: are you truly experienced and fit for it? Local hospitals see plenty of fractures from visitors who overestimated their skills. Also, cruises are busy by nature, so do not overschedule. Leave space to rest between big activities. Vacations are meant to be enjoyed, not survived. Know your limits, choose accordingly, and come home with great stories instead of bandages. Buying miracle medicines in port. Bargain drugs at a foreign pharmacy can look tempting. Some destinations sell antibiotics, strong painkillers, or even steroids without a prescription. The risks are real. Legally, bringing certain medications into your home country without proper documents can land you in customs trouble. Quality is another issue. Products sold in informal markets may be counterfeit or badly formulated. Tourists sometimes buy antibiotics or tranquilizers because they are cheap, then take the wrong thing at the wrong dose. Here is one example. Travelers in Asia picked up natural motion sickness pills at a market, only to discover unlisted ingredients that caused severe tachycardia that ruined more than a sea day. Play it safe. If you need medicine during your trip, visit the ship's medical center or use reputable pharmacies with a proper prescription where required. Do not grab unknown pills, herbal brews, or miracle creams just because a vendor says they are great. Avoid trying to bring home strong antibiotics simply because they are cheaper abroad. Many countries prohibit importing medications without documentation, and yes, customs dogs can detect some medicines. Is a small savings worth risking your health? And a stressful chat at the border? Bottom line, stick to trusted sources, follow medical advice, and know what you are taking. Paying a little more for the right medication beats gambling on your health with something that might be fake, unsafe, or illegal. Your body and your travel plans will both be better for it. Open flames in your cabin, a hard no at sea. Romantic dinner by candlelight on your balcony sounds lovely, right? On a cruise ship, it is a serious safety risk. Open flames of any kind are strictly banned because shipboard smoke detectors are far more sensitive than hotel versions. A single candle can set off the fire alarm system for the entire vessel in seconds. Here is one real example. In 2022, a guest lit incense sticks on MSC Grandiosa and triggered emergency alarms that led to an evacuation of that section. Thankfully, there was no fire, but it shows how quickly things can escalate. Break this rule and the consequences are no joke. The minimum is often a $500 fine for a false alarm. If it happens at night, you can expect to be put off at the next port for endangering everyone's safety. Cruise lines also state that repeat or severe violations can lead to lifetime bans. Lines known for a stricter approach include Celebrity Cruises and Holland America Line. Translation for all of us: the ship will put safety first every time. So what can you do instead? Go for battery-powered candles. They create the same cozy glow with zero risk, and ships often sell them in the onboard shops. If you like a nice scent, choose heat-free diffusers or approved plug-in options. Whatever you do, do not light anything with a flame in your cabin or out on the balcony. Keep the romance, skip the risk, and let the only bravo, bravo, bravo you hear be in the theater after the show, not on the ship-wide fire channel, not packing enough medication or a small first aid kit. Picture this. You are midway through the cruise when you realize the bottle of your daily meds is running low. If you depend on prescriptions for blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid, or similar, the ship's medical center might not stock your exact brand or dose, and getting replacements can take time until the next port. Meanwhile, symptoms can creep up and turn a manageable condition into a trip spoiler. Even little things matter at sea. A blister from extra walking or a surprise toothache can derail your day if you have nothing on hand and have to visit the ship's doctor, which is convenient but not cheap. Here is the simple, stress-free plan. Pack more than you think you will need, ideally 3 to 7 extra days of your prescription meds in case of delays, missed doses, or itinerary changes. Keep all medications in your carry-on, never in checked luggage. Add a small first aid kit with pain relievers, antacids, anti-diarrhea tablets, motion sickness remedies like Dramamine, and bandages. Now, I'm going to share one real-world example with you. A traveler forgot an asthma inhaler at home, and the line had to arrange a replacement in the next port, which meant 2 worry-filled days of taking it easy instead of enjoying the ship. Bring printed prescriptions or a list of your medications with generic names, and keep pills in original containers for smooth sailing through customs. A little planning turns health needs into a non-issue, so you can focus on sunsets, not refills. Ignoring safety rules on onboard attractions. Modern ships are floating playgrounds with water slides, climbing walls, surf simulators like Flow Rider, zip lines, even indoor skydiving. It all looks easy from a deck chair, but those safety briefings and posted rules exist for a reason. Fun looks effortless, so why not just hop on and figure it out as you go? That is exactly when people get hurt. Start with surf simulators. Beginners are told not to stand, to keep a specific stance, and to follow the instructor's cues. Guests who ignore that can get launched into the back wall. And yes, broken bones and chipped teeth have happened. On water slides, the rules are simple. 1 rider at a time, feet first, wait for the green light. Collisions in the tube are no joke. Climbing walls require a harness, helmet, and staff supervision every time. Do not sneak a late-night climb. A passenger on a Royal Caribbean ship scaled a closed wall without a harness, fell several meters, and suffered multiple fractures. Reckless behavior can also jeopardize insurance coverage. Zip lines on board and on private islands have clear weight and height limits. Respect them. Lines like Royal Caribbean and MSC set those thresholds to match equipment specs and safe braking distances. If an activity says not recommended for back or neck issues, listen. Most spills on surf simulators are hard falls to the tailbone, which can aggravate existing problems. Your best move is simple. Pay attention to the briefing. Use the gear they hand you and stay within your comfort zone. Are you traveling with teens? Reinforce the rules with them before you queue up. Nothing derails a vacation faster than a preventable injury. Follow the guidelines and you will collect high fives, not hospital wristbands. Trusting new friends too quickly on board. One of the best parts of cruising is the people you meet, from dinner table buddies to dance floor champions. Most friendships are genuine and add sparkle to your trip. Still, treat brand new acquaintances with the same common sense you would use at a resort or big hotel. Are people on cruises automatically trustworthy? Social settings, open bars, and that floating city vibe can lower our guard, and that is when problems slip in. Here's one true snapshot from past sailings. In 2017, a man on a transatlantic cruise won over several fellow passengers, then slipped into cabins and stole jewelry. He was identified and detained at disembarkation. There have also been rare reports of assaults of an intimate nature at sea, sometimes involving guests who had been drinking together. None of this is about paranoia. It is about smart boundaries. Practical guardrails that work. Do not invite someone you barely know back to your stateroom, especially if you are solo or tipsy. Keep your drink with you in clubs and lounges. If a new friend offers something overly generous or asks to meet privately with gifts or promises, treat it as a red flag. Traveling solo? Share your plans and location with a trusted person or use a small personal safety alarm. Peer pressure is real on vacation, so practice a friendly no to one more shot or let's sneak into a restricted area. Do not share sensitive details early, like your cabin number or financial information. Remember, you are all in the same enclosed community until the next port. Be warm, be social, and keep your good judgment switched on so the only thing you bring home are happy memories, not headaches. Overdoing alcohol in port and coming back drunk. Tasting local flavors is part of the fun, whether it is craft beer in Mexico, Caribbean rum, or European wine. What could go wrong? Plenty if you overdo it on shore. Drink too much and you lose track of time, which is how people miss the ship. Intoxicated travelers are also easier targets for pickpockets and scams in unfamiliar places. There is a physical risk, too. Some ports use tender boats to shuttle you back. Trying to navigate a steep gangway or a moving ladder while drunk is an accident waiting to happen. In the Bahamas, a guest came back so intoxicated that he slipped on the gangway and fractured his arm badly. His cruise was effectively over on the spot. Security can also hold you until you calm down if you board visibly out of control, and if you cause trouble, you may be confined. Enjoy the local drinks, but eat before and during, and pace yourself. Alternate every cocktail with a full glass of water. Remember that heat makes alcohol hit harder, so what feels normal at home can be too much in the tropics. If you are out with friends, look out for one another and keep tabs on the time. Skip any drinking contests with potent local spirits. Aim to return pleasantly relaxed, not stumbling. You still have port customs and ship screening to pass, and doing that with the world spinning is no fun. If you accidentally go too far, slow down, drink water, grab a coffee, walk it off in the shade, and give yourself time before heading back. Responsible fun today means you enjoy the rest of your cruise tomorrow. Resetting your phone after the cruise. You did the smart thing at sea and kept your phone in airplane mode with Wi-Fi on. Perfect. Now the ship is back in port, the bags are rolling, and it is easy to forget your settings. That is how people miss calls for days or, worse, reconnect to pricey maritime networks the next time they wander near a pier. Do you really want a surprise charge to be your last cruise souvenir? Here is your quick dockside checklist. As soon as you are on solid ground with normal coverage, turn off airplane mode and make sure your regular mobile network is active. If you flipped airplane mode off during a port stop to use local data, double-check that roaming is off again before you sail away next time. That little toggle avoids your phone latching onto a satellite carrier the moment the ship leaves shore. Clean up the travel add-ons too. If you used a temporary eSIM or a short-term international plan, disable it so you are not billed past the trip. Open your phone settings and remove any profiles you needed only for the cruise. While you are at it, sign out of the cruise line app and any public computers you used on board. No need to leave a digital breadcrumb trail. Back home, give your next phone bill a quick scan. If you see odd roaming charges, call your carrier and explain the trip timeline. Sometimes they will credit a small one-off. A 60-second settings reset means you stay reachable, skip mystery fees, and keep those post-cruise smiles going. That was your calm and steady guide to a smoother cruise. If a tip here saved you a headache or a few dollars, tap like and hit subscribe so you never miss the next sail away. Got a story from the high seas or a lesson learned the hard way? Share it in the comments so we can all cruise smarter. Thanks for watching, and may your towel animals be plentiful and your final bill pleasantly boring.